Hi, I'm Marie from the Inspiration Vault, and this week I'm participating in the Look for Less challenge hosted by Yami at the Latina Next Door, and this month her co-host is Sherry from the Junkin Chick. I chose to recreate an art piece I found on the West Elm website that retails for $150. I was able to recreate it for just $32. So be sure to come and check out how I did that very easily. Alright, so what you'll need to make this art project is, I got a 20 by 20 frame off of Amazon, and I have this big giant ruler just because it's 20 by 20, so I wanted to make sure it was long enough, and this one's like 24 inches. Just needs to be big enough to match your watercolor paper. And that's what this is here. You can find this at the back of Hobby Lobby. I'll include a photo of what it looks like at Hobby Lobby. It's at the very back wall near all of their art supplies. And I cut it down to 20 by 20 with this X-Acto knife. And I use the pencil to make some marks to know where to cut. You'll need a palette so that you can mix the water and the watercolor paint. I'm using the Martha Stewart soft gel watercolor, and this is in Beetle Black. I did try using a traditional watercolor in gray, but this is charcoal gray. This actually turned out darker than the black here. And I know in the original art piece it looks more gray, but in my test strips that I did, I actually like the way that the black turned out. I was trying to see if I had my test strip here. I don't know what I did with it. Oh well, that doesn't matter. But I also tested out different things to use. Now I've used with kids crafts, I've used Q-tips to do pointillism art, but I tested out some of the Martha Stewart. These are the pouncers. And then I tested out some of her daubers, the foam ones that she has, and they really just didn't produce the results that I was looking for. I'm gonna have to find where that sheet is so you can see the results of all the little tests. I have no idea what I did with it. Anyway, obviously you need some water for watercolor paint, and I ended up mixing with one of the Q-tips too. And you don't need to, you know, like fluff it out or anything. It kind of does it on its own when it's wet. But yeah, that's basically all you need to start. Alright, for this next step, what I did, I couldn't find anything that was exactly 2 inches across, so I just took my circle cutter and cut an exact 2-inch circle, and then found the dead center of that, punched a tiny little hole in it so that I could see where my tiny little dot was on this. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what does it matter? Does it have to be precise? But trust me on this, I've made enough of these pointillism art pieces that they do get kind of warped or like odd shaped if you don't watch it. And in this particular original art piece, the circles are actually pretty almost perfect, I would say. So while I am not trying to make mine perfect, I did at least want to get started on the dead center of it. And I have my well, I did a screenshot on my phone, the original inspiration here, just to kind of get an eye, or keep an eye on how they have the pattern laid out. In the center, they seem to be spread out just a little bit more, and then they get closer together the bigger they get and the further out in the circle they get. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the watercolor paint and get started on that.